Public housing is a community. This is a place where individuals and families can come to be able to reestablish their lives, refocus their lives. It provides opportunities for families, it provides stabilities for families, and it also provides a place of transition. We hold our families to the highest level of accountability. We want to make sure that they are strong enough to be able to move to the next level and not feel dependent on those resources that we have available that are only meant to be temporary resources. Our families are like any other family. They work, they pay taxes, they have dreams, they have goals, they have ambitions. The families that we serve are not helpless. They don't want a handout. They want a way out. They just want opportunity. We have police officers, we have political leaders, we have authors, we have coaches. I mean, you name it. In every facet of life, there is someone that grew up in public housing and have gone on to be very successful and have been major contributors to society.
I'm Sheriff B.J. Barnes. I have 650 people work for me, and I have 500,000 people that look to me for leadership. You know, my mom was a single parent, and she worked 2 jobs at High Point, worked in a hosiery mill and worked at a drugstore. My brother and I lived in public housing, and my mother paid a reduced rent, and she needed that. We needed that to survive. I didn't have a clue that I was poor. I didn't know that we lived from paycheck to paycheck because I was too young to know that. We had a TV, but it only got 3 channels. And the other folks in the neighborhood would come in and we'd watch it with rabbit ears. They would put 10 full on to try to get a better reception. I happened to be one who wore hand-me-down clothes that my cousins wore. But that was okay, except for that one pair of corduroy pants that I had that I hated with a passion. Even though it was an adventure, it was not really anything that seemed out of the ordinary. We were just regular folks. It didn't hurt me any. I had friends in public housing. They had the same hopes and dreams that I did. We played together. We struggled through hardships together. We looked at it as being an opportunity for us to go to school, which we did right from there, to live a normal life. I think it made me a stronger person. It allowed me to see and started me thinking that things don't have to be this way. I can be whatever I want to be. Anybody can, public housing or not. It doesn't make any difference.
My name is Malika Quick. My first college experience was at Mount Olive College. I was there playing basketball for 2.5 years. Then I transferred to Liberty University in Lynchburg. Unfortunately, while I was there the first semester, I got into a bad car accident that did not allow me to finish out that semester. Basketball has always been my outlet. And after my accident, I was very sad that I couldn't play anymore. I am still currently in a wheelchair, but it has not stopped me from loving the game. I love the game, so it's nothing that I want to get away from. I am now currently assistant coaching at Trinity High School for the girls varsity, and I also help assistant coach Phoenix Express 7th and 8th grade girls basketball. My current situation in being in chair, I do not like anybody to feel bad for me or feel like I cannot do anything. I'm one of those persons, I attend to try to prove people wrong. I still love to be around the game and I love to teach the game. I'm still able to show the girls certain moves or how to do certain things on the court. So it still hasn't stopped me. It still has helped me progress in life. Getting out, coaching, or helping teach these young girls the game that I love actually brought me out of my depression. I feel like it's always good to be determined in life and never to let anything hold you back. It's life, things happen, but just because these things happen doesn't mean that you have to stop your life and living. God has given me a second chance, and I believe with this second chance that I still can live and do the things that I want to do in life. Just because you live in public housing doesn't mean that you're poor or you're uneducated and you can't do anything with your life. You can be anything that you want to if you set your mind to it. I am currently in public housing. I am in school getting my bachelor's degree, and I coach. You can do anything that you want to. Just because you're living in public housing doesn't mean that you can't do anything with your life.
Just because you have to temporarily receive the assistance of public housing authority doesn't mean that you don't have ambitions. It doesn't mean that you don't have goals and dreams in life.
These folks in public housing, these folks who live there now, the folks who lived there when I lived there, they're just like you and I. They're no different. They just need a little helping hand. And without it, we may not have been able to make it.
Just because you were born in public housing does not mean you have to stay in public housing. I know. You can become anything you want to be. Even I became an author.
People that you will find in public housing are no different than the people you will find in any neighborhood in America. These are people who aspire to be doctors, lawyers, preachers, teachers, you name it.
We believe in our families. I believe in our families because I am a product of housing. They are just as good as anybody else, can do just as much as anybody else, and they can achieve just as much as anyone else.
Living in public housing contributed to my success, making sure that I grew up to move on beyond that, to make sure that I left a legacy so others could follow.
You know, it's really not about where you come from, it's about who you are. It doesn't matter if you come from public housing, it doesn't matter if you come from the richest place in the world. It's about who you are and who you want to be.
Being a proud resident of public housing, I am very passionate about what I do. I understand the importance of making sure, number one, that our families matter, number two, giving them an opportunity and creating an environment for their self-sufficiency and upward mobility. And more importantly, we get together as an organization to empower lives and build foundations, which in turn will result in major growth within the city of High Point at large.
My name is Jerry Camp,
My name is Esty Collar Bennington.
My name is Angela McGill.
and I am public housing.
And I am public housing.
I am public housing.
I am public housing.
I am public housing.